and welcome to our TV show. Today we're going to have a special guest who will talk to us about the Roman Empire in the Great Britain. His name is Alberto. Okay, so first of all, Alberto, what can you tell us about the Romans in Britain?
Well, curious fact in Latin is called Britain or Little Britannia. Means the British, it was the area of the island Great Britain, governed by the Roman Empire from 43 to 410 before Christ. Almost all of England and Wales for a short period comprised southern Scotland.
Can you tell us a little bit more about Julius Caesar in Great Britain?
Julius Caesar. Well, he was the one who invaded Great Britain in the years 55 and 54 before Christ as part of the Gallic Wars. According to secession, the British had been invaded or culturally assimilated by other Celtic tribes during the British Iron Age and were helping their enemies, if as you think, the enemies of Caesar.
That's very interesting. Actually, I remember that when I was in elementary school, I remember that the teacher told us about Romans building the first cities in Britain. Can you tell me more about them?
Of course. The Romans built the first cities in out of Britain as centers to administer to the people they had conquered 57 years after the invasion. They had several important cities in their place connected with the famous Roman roads. Cities soon became important places for meeting and commerce.
Wow, Alberto, that's incredible. It's incredible how the Romans advanced through the conquest to what we know now. I wonder why did the Romans build those cities in such orderly way?
Well, a curious fact in Latin is called Britain or Later Britannia. Means the British, it was the area of the island Great Britain, governed by the Roman Empire from 43 to 410 before Christ. Almost all of England and Wales for a short period comprised southern Scotland.
La expansión del mundo romano se basó en una red de miles de ciudades a lo largo del imperio que difundieron el modo de vida urbano. Esta reconstrucción ideal de una ciudad nos servirá para describir sus elementos con más detalle.
Todos los núcleos de población importantes estaban protegidos por una muralla en la que se abrían varias puertas. Muy importante era el foro o plaza pública, un espacio abierto de carácter monumental.
Para garantizar el suministro de agua, los ingenieros romanos construyeron largos acueductos que la llevaban a la ciudad desde lejanas distancias. Las termas constituyeron uno de los edificios básicos para toda urbe, pues los romanos fueron grandes aficionados a los baños públicos. En ellas, los ciudadanos podían disfrutar en su tiempo de ocio haciendo gimnasia o bien podían hacerse dar un masaje.
La sociedad romana invertía gran parte de su ocio en acudir a espectáculos que se representaban en teatros, anfiteatros y circos. Los anfiteatros, en los que se celebraban combates de gladiadores, se hacían a veces siguiendo.
Oh, it's really interesting how the Roman civilization were the basis of the modern nations of England, Wales, and Scotland. But I'm intrigued about something, about what you said a moment ago, that Great Britain in Latin means British. And why do you compare it to Latin?
That is because in reality since the Romans were constantly at war with the different Germanic tribes, which originated the English language in 1512 before the Christ. During the long period of westward expansion of the Germanic peoples by the Romans, many Latin words were used to common objects and entered the Germanic lexicon. Before reaching Britain, example Latin strata, longa, pictora, nova scola, and in English, serious, straight, long, picture, new school.
El arqueólogo tenía grandes expectativas. En 1912 iba a examinar una extraña piedra en una granja cerca de Magdeburgo, en Alemania Central. Un agricultor la había encontrado 30.
Welcome to today's Vikings special. We were with the Vikings expert Hiram Gonzalez. So, the first question we have is what is Vikings exactly?
Yeah, there are some things about the Vikings which are not very known by common people. The first one and the most important thing is that the Vikings didn't use the horns on their helmets as movies or TV shows represent Vikings customs. Another thing is that Vikings were the first European civilization who arrived to America around the year 1000 thanks to the expedition of Leif Erikson. Another thing which is also very important to mention is that the modern celebration of Christmas, called Yuletide by the Vikings, or baptisms, were the originally pagan holiday from the Vikings.
Bittida en morgon innan solen upprann, innan fåglarna började sjunga. Bergatrollet friade till fagerunger Sven. Hon hade en falskeliger tunga. Herr mannelig tro.
What region do the Vikings could conquer during their peak?
3.
Of course, the Vikings were excellent sailors. The most famous boats that they used for their expeditions were called longships, but also they have other boats of different sizes for other activities. These longships were called dragars, and they were narrow warships with decorations related to the dragons and those kind of stuff. The reason they were so good at sailing was because they made a lot of trades. They went for expeditions and went to conquer territories and for traveling and fishing and gathering their food and those kind of activities were essential for them. So they have to become very good at sailing.
Loven i mig för det jag bjuder så gärna. I kunden väl svara endast ja eller nej, om i viljen eller ej. Heder vill jag giva det gångare 12 som gå ut i Rosendelunde. Aldrig har det varit någon sadel upp på den, ej heller vätsel ut i munnen. Hermannelig Hermann.
You said Vikings were known for being excellent sailors. Can you tell us how the Viking of beats they used it on their journeys and why did they become great sailors?
3.
Yeah, of course. Vikings were a group of Norse people who were original from Scandinavia. And this group of people raided, traded, explored, and settled in wet areas of Europe, Asia, and some North Atlantic islands. The first record that we have from Vikings is from the year 790, and the last record that we have from them is in the year 1066. This group of people is known by being descendant of a group of firemen and fishermen.
Så gärna i kunden väl svara endast ja eller nej, om i viljen eller ej. Heder vill jag giva de kvarnarna 12 som står mellan Tillö och Tärnö. Stenarna det är oavbrödaste guld och hjulen silverbeslagna.
I am almost sure that a great part of the audience has heard something about the so famous Nordic. How to have, but for the ones that haven't, can you explain quickly the legacy aspect of the Vikings mythology?
Yeah, most of the knowledge that we know from the Nordic mythology comes from a collection of poems called Eddas. The most basic knowledge that we need to know of this mythology is that Odin is the most powerful god and is the father of all things in the universe. Also, the Vikings believe that all the gods in the universe made up an assembly where they all met together to discuss things. As part of this assembly, there were gods like Thor, Balder, Fenrir, Tyr, and Freya, among others. Thor is well known for being the god of the thunder, and Freya for being the god of love, war, and death.
Så gärna i kunden väl svara endast ja eller nej, om i viljen eller ej. Heder vill jag giva ett förgylla
question. Before leaving, can you love some interesting facts about the civilization that we haven't talked yet?
Yeah, the Vikings were known for conquering a big large of area in different continents like Europe, Asia, Africa, and even America. For example, we have the British Isles that they were totally conquered by the Vikings, but also countries like France, Estonia, Cape Verde, Russia, and Sicily. Viking activities were also extended to North Africa, Middle East, or Mediterranean Sea, but also they also have a right to the north side of North America, in Canada specifically.
Så gärna i kunden väl svara endast ja eller nej om vi viljen eller ej. Heder vill jag giva en skjorta så ny den bästa i lysten att slita.
Thanks for accepting your invitation for this interview. Hiram, we hope that this program was our expecting talking. Have a good day and see you the next time.